Cool. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Simulation. We are going to be talking about North Korea, and we want to hear your thoughts too. So I think North Korea has been in the news for quite a while now. North Korea is run by Kim Jong-un. It's run by kind of a little bit of a militaristic sort of dictatorship, and something that's very strange for us people here in the democracy to think about what it would be like to live there. Now, what initially happened was back in 1950, during the Korean War, North and South Korea were supported by, South Korea supported by the US, North Korea supported by Soviet Union. And then 1953, the war ends, then there's the demilitarized zone, and they're split into two. South Korea is now the 11th largest economy in the world, and they have a population of 50 million people. They're kind of crushing it in many ways. North Korea, not so much. So it kind of has something to do with, a lot of people talk about the inclusivity of the economic structure versus the exclusivity of what it's like to have a dictatorship in North Korea, in a very like militaristic state where you're not given access to the information that you need. Information is so important. Being on the information superhighway on the earth is so important. Also the basic necessities and everything. So this is something that, you know, we don't think about too much when we have all of this abundance in electricity and food and water and education and healthcare and all these things we have abundance in, and even in democracy and voting and having our say in certain things and how our cities run and how our governments run, but there you don't in many ways. So it's very interesting to put the two into dichotomy and observe them. So again, super interested in hearing your thoughts about North Korea. So do comment them below. Another thing that we thought was really interesting was Donald Trump was one of the first people that actually got Kim Jong-un to go and meet him in Singapore and go and talk about denuclearization. Now, do we know what that is yet? Not really. We don't know exactly what it's going to be like. Is North Korea going to completely get rid of all their nukes? How are we going to make sure that that's the case? Doesn't North Korea want us to get rid of our nukes then as well, because they think of us as a threat? Regardless, Kim Jong-un is one of the smartest leaders because he's able to actually retain his power in the world, because he didn't just bend over and let the US and let Europe and let Asia, China, he didn't just let people do whatever they want to North Korea. He came in as a militaristic threat to the world, so that way people would treat him more seriously. And so he got what he wished for, which was a lot of media. A lot of people know his name. A lot of people know about North Korea because of this. And so now we move into the stage of what happened in Singapore. What is exactly going to happen with denuclearization? Something that I thought was interesting, and I heard this, I don't know how true it is or not, but Kim Jong-un is aware enough that his biometrics can now get sampled through his urine, through his feces, through his DNA on a cup when he drinks it. So I heard that he brought his own bathroom for himself, and to make sure that they couldn't measure his biometrics and learn information about him in that sense. I thought that was very interesting. Smart man, making sure that people can't screw with him in all these different ways. So what is the future with North Korea? What's the future of our relationships with them, of the global relationship with them, of denuclearization with them, so that we don't catalyze some sort of war, but rather that we figure out peace? And how can we help the people in North Korea? Really, how can we help them? How can we help them gain access to the information superhighway and gain access to a lot of these more electricity, more education, more flourishing and maximizing of their own potential? And what is that future going to look like? It's very interesting. Let us know your thoughts below. We'd love to hear from you. This has been another one of our Thoughts On videos. This was Thoughts on North Korea. So let's keep up the conversation. Go and tell a couple people about what you learned. They'll go tell 2 people, and we'll keep spreading the message this way. Thanks, everyone. If you had a good time, definitely share the content, subscribe. Much love.